Donald Trump tweeted last night that he's looking forward to meeting you next month. And I'm just very interested to know your feelings before that meeting, bearing in mind some of the things that Donald Trump said about women. Now, I'll probably feel slightly awkward reading this out, but I do think it's important to rehear what Donald Trump was recorded saying in the past, which is about women. When you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. I mean, forgetting the fact that you're Prime Minister for a moment, how does that make you feel as a woman?
Well, look, I think that's unacceptable. But in fact, Donald Trump himself has said that and has apologised for it.
I've talked to a lot of people now in Boston, in the pubs and the cafes. They've been very frank about what they see as the negative side of immigration. And actually, some of their stories are pretty shocking. Fights, drug use. One woman even talked about someone going to the toilet in her front garden. But the thing is, although they're happy to talk about their personal experiences to me, what's really extraordinary, almost unprecedented, is that they won't say any of this on camera.
So can you condemn the IRA?
I've just condemned all those that did bombing, all those.
If you let me finish as well, after I've just let you finish, that would be appreciated.
All those on both sides that laid bombs.
But can you condemn the IRA without equating the IRA, who were responsible for 60% of the deaths during the Troubles, with the British security services, who were responsible for around 10%?
And there were loyalist bombs as well, which you haven't mentioned.
Yeah, 30%.
There were loyalist bombs as well. I condemn all the bombing by both the loyalists and the IRA.
Can you just say... But you won't just talk about...
Wait a minute. I don't know quite what point you're trying to make here.
Do you think we can get a deal?
I think allowing us and Britain to achieve the main objectives of the backstop. I don't have an erotic relation to the backship, to the backstop.
We're just here in Uxbridge today, Boris Johnson's constituency.
Don't you ever mention that name in front of me, that filthy piece of toe rag.
Thank you very much for being on the programme.
My pleasure.
Prime Minister. So you pitched the first December election since 1923. You're asking people to get out in the freezing cold and vote for you. You better have a good pitch.
I know, and I don't want to do it, but we've got to get Brexit done.
Can people trust you when it comes to Brexit? Because last month you told businesses in Northern Ireland that they would face no forms, no checks, no barriers of any kind under your Brexit deal. And you also went on to say that if anyone asked them to fill out a form, they should phone you up personally and you'll direct them to throw that form in the bin. Well, how come then that this government document that was leaked this week says that that's not true, that there will be checks and forms? Were you telling the truth?
Yes, I am. And look at what we say in our manifesto, look what we're going to deliver. The deal that we've done with the EU...
So will there be checks?
No, absolutely not.
He didn't stay in the same place. The household is supposed to stay in the same place if you have coronavirus. His wife was showing symptoms of coronavirus at the time, and he didn't stay in the same place.
Well, I mean, he did once they, were locked down. They sort of hunkered down and they stayed there for 14 days. And
yeah, that's after they travelled 260 miles.
Well, everyone has to sort of, if you're going to lock down, you go to the place you're going to stay.
We did, and it was actually about 150 years ago, I think, introduced a compulsory vaccinations legislation in this country, and it led to mass demonstrations. Actually, oh, excuse me.
Oh no!
And this is.
If you need to take
a
moment,
equipment is falling over. The umbrella is gone.
We'll come back to you.
This is going to be one of those ones. This will be one of those clips that will go viral, no doubt.
Is it true that you've been talking to people in government, Matt Hancock, for example, and giving them some advice on handling the pandemic?
Yeah, first of all, the stories that appear about this are nothing to do with me, and I don't put them there. Yes, of course I speak to people in government.
So, Lucy, you escaped Russia with somebody. Who did you escape with?
Mr. Red.
Obviously, I know you want to speak for yourself, but so it's completely fine if you don't want to answer this question. But did his partner know about it either, I guess? No. And that must have been difficult for them as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the point that I made is that... if the law had been different, as it is in other countries, as it's soon going to be in Scotland, probably, judging by the mood there, he could have talked to us. We'd have planned together. He would probably have lived longer. I think he took the decision to go prematurely because he wanted to act while he still could. And if he'd been able to talk, we could plan together, he'd have lived longer, and been able to die with his family around him.
Thank you. Sorry. No, not at all. Thank you for sharing the story, it's so important.
Mommies, when they were handing them over to strangers, saying, just get them safe, they were telling, hold on, when I went, what happens, hold on to your backpack. And then when at the refugee center, you are hugging this child and you are telling, like, give it to me, like, please, let's open up and watch what's there. And he's saying, no, mommy told me not to do that. Mommy told me to do this. And would I ever see my mommy again? And then when you open up, you know, like the same thing probably that happened during the Second World War when they were writing down like the small things, like saying, mommy loves you. This is his last name, first name. This is his paperwork. This is our address. And please, 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 please make him safe. This is what I want for Ukrainian children, to make them safe.
Sorry, I'm still not really clear. You say you weren't aware of any reports. You say that everyone is passed on for vetting if they, become are given a position. Was the Prime Minister aware of allegations around Chris Pincher's behaviour when he was made Deputy Chief Whip in February?
Things were referred, but nevertheless, when somebody phoned the Prime Minister, particularly on Friday, I think it was, he agreed with the Chief Whip that the whip should be suspended.
Sorry, I genuinely don't understand that sentence, that it was suggested and things were referred. What does that mean?
Well, I think it's been well laid out, Sophie.
We're talking about what it says here in the ad. Do you think adults convicted of sexually assaulting children should go to prison? Rishi Sunak doesn't.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
I think if he did think they should go to prison, he'd do something about it.
So you don't think he thinks paedophiles should go to prison? Is that what you're seriously saying?
I stand by the advert.
So that's what the advert says? Is that what you're seriously saying?
Yes.
If the complaint is upheld, will you resign?
I'm not going to start speculating on what the outcome might be. Again, you're asking me to comment on the subject matter.
I'm not asking you to comment on the subject matter. I'm asking you to find out what you will do if...
But it's a hypothetical question, Sophie,
well,
so I've got to...
two different outcomes.
Well, look, let's see what the report says. I'm not in control.
If you're clear, then you won't resign. So what will happen if you're not cleared?
Well, allow me to respond in the right way at the right time. Of course, look, if an allegation of bullying is upheld, I would resign.